Are we recording right now, or?
Hey everybody, welcome to another Team Fortress 2 game.
The year is 1444. The 11th of November. Northern Italy is in the grasps of socialist revolution. As Karl Marx's ghost has time traveled 400 years in the past to bring the revolutionary ideas of Marxist socialism to the most advanced place in the world. To the north of this new Italian state, 400 years after William the Conqueror marched the great plains of Europe from Belarus to invade Britain, the Tsardom has ruled with the three principles: autocracy, orthodoxy, and unity. London is a stronghold of Russian culture. And to the east, in lands far beyond both Italy and Britain, lies the mysterious state of Gamistan, whose glorious conquests have spread like wildfire across the Persian Gulf, as gamers of all types rise up against their oppressors. It is a period of change, decay, and growth, as these three empires vie for control of the world.
Wow.
I think that was pretty good.
That was alright.
Powerful stuff.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Europa Universalis 4 with custom nations.
Because we're bad at the game and
Because we're bad at the game and we want the funny meme.
we want the funny moment.
Alright, so I guess we should say who's playing who.
I am playing the Socialist Republic of Italy, or Avant-Garde Italy.
From Kaiserreich.
From Kaiserreich.
Yeah, the mod for Hearts of Iron 4. I am playing the Tsardom of Britain, actually.
Britain.
Famous
Tsardom.
You see, the British were afraid of like Muslims and Poles taking over.
They never expected the Belarusians.
Yeah, they never expected the Belarusians.
And I am playing Gamerstan, and you can't see me yet, but I'm in the Persian Gulf, and am comprised of gamers. Alright. So, gotta unpause so we can actually play the game. We spent like half an hour making these nations. Takes so long to set up custom nations.
Especially when you keep flip-flopping.
Wait, I have a decision where if I take Kiev, I could fucking reclaim Ruthenian descent or whatever.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah,
I know, but you also start with the decision to convert all your provinces.
Yeah, I already did that.
Alright. Now we can start.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, the Timurids are gonna collapse. Red.
Unhappiness among the merchants. Guys, it is like literally like the first month. Alright, whatever.
Oh god. Seeing all of Britain being Belarusian is so... that's cursed.
I don't know what you were talking about. Oh, I can get rid of my federations map the last time I played this. Probably add culture. That's probably a good idea. Oh god. Alright, Belarus. And Ireland. Don't forget Ireland.
Oh yeah, Ireland is also Belarus.
Oh, mission fulfilled. Global dominance.
Oh!
Whoa! What did that even... Oh, I'm the strongest power in the English channel.
It would have been really funny if you make Britain Russian and Ireland Belarusian.
Bruh.
That would have been
too good.
Alright, time to take my army down to Kine. Because I don't trust those dirty English. When we exiled.
I called arms.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, England's gone, boys.
Bye-bye, England.
Alright, quickly, spy network.
Can we get a rip in the chat for the Anglos?
Wait, no, my people are called England.
Wait a minute.
you're Russian, but you're Anglo.
Yeah.
What did
we're
I
Russian
fulfill?
Anglos.
Build to force limit. Great. I'm getting somewhere.
All right, I quickly need to invade England.
Now we're making progress.
All right, so if you guys do not know, Europa Universalis 4 is one of those 4X strategy games.
That requires
Grand
careful
strategy.
consideration, planning, and cheating in your nations to be buffed as hell.
Yeah. Oh man.
I hate the fucking estate system. Yes, I know I have disloyal estates.
I like them. Sometimes they can be useful. Like usually, I just use the nobility estate to get more manpower.
Wow, yeah, the English just got destroyed. Like, absolutely.
Yeah, because they don't own anything.
Well, they shouldn't have been thrown out by the Russians, that's the thing.
You see, that's true. You see.
This is the truth.
Are you gonna stay in the HRE, Miles, or
I'll think about it.
have to decide?
Yeah, it's like
See whether or not Austria treats me now.
Because I want Sud Tyrol, South
Oh,
Tyrol.
King Henry VII
That's like non-negotiable.
is in power of. Hey, the guys, don't worry. They've taken Béarn and Gascony.
The
Oh,
French
they're
are
gonna
shivering
hold
in their
Calais
boots.
though, because I don't think. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
'cause
France can't
they-
get over there.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
But you know who can?
The real British.
Yeah. The
Great Doge Parappa for the rapper.
great. What's your guys' name, Avery?
Well, the first name is for me is normal. It is Sultan Amir the First Gamers with a Z.
Oh my
of
god. I would expect nothing less.
Julian Bashir, stop naming your people that.
course. I won't name every character I ever used, Julian Bashir. Those
J-Dog.
underhanded dogs have the gall to claim Cain as their own.
Those whores.
Alright, first, I need to take out the papal
England,
states.
England, you have bigger problems. Are you Catholic?
Oh, yeah,
no.
you can't hold Rome. Well, I mean, you can, but people won't like it. Convert to
Alright.
Protestantism as soon as you can to take Rome.
Why does Miles hate me? Oh, I'm allied to a rival.
I'm allied with
Oh.
France.
Oh yeah,
I
I
hate
need
the
rivals.
French.
I need allies.
Huh. Hey, Muscovy. They don't want an alliance with me though.
Timurids don't like me.
Anglo army strength.
No one around me likes me.
Probably because you're gamers.
I wanna-
This is gamer oppression. No, it's because I'm Shia.
Oh.
You see, my
Well,
mission,
your
I
first
guess,
mistake.
I have to spread the socialist avant-garde revolution.
Well, obviously, yeah. So are you gonna try and reform Rome? Is that like your idea?
Like
that
make Italy, and then attack
It's
the world.
it's the haha funny meme.
Mhm.
Europa meme.
Roman Empire.
See, we must create union of Orthodox nation. It will
We
be
have to-
like one alliance.
We have to get across Europe. Oh, oh no, the Mamluks declared me as their rival.
Oh no!
Ooh.
I could have
Please,
declared the
Ottomans.
Ottomans as my rival.
Hey, Ottomans, you want to be my friends? No, they don't. How about I improve relations with the Ottomans?
Damn it, Brittany's allied with Castile. Fuck. I'm
Something's
looking.
rotten.
Oh, who's allied with Holstein? Denmark. Hmm.
Something's rotten in the
Can
state
I
of.
ally the papal
Sam.
states?
Brandenburg would not
Maybe
be
I can
like
go after
allied,
Naples.
Okay.
Venice.
The Bahrains.
See, I wanna basically create the North Sea Empire,
Claim
but
really-
Russian.
Reclaim the Danelaw.
Yeah, reclaim the Danelaw. But the problem is Denmark at this point. I have to go to war with Sweden, Norway, and Holstein.
Oh yeah, the
I
whatever
think even with
union.
my glorious meme of a nation,
Where you're not in a state
I
to
don't
do
think
that.
I can take them all on at once. Oh, God.
Time to fuck
Wow,
over
France.
the remnants of Hormuz.
Maybe I should break my alliance with
Wow,
France.
yeah, England lost everything but Calais. But, hey, England, I don't think you're keeping that for long, buddy.
Buddy.
I'm pretty sure France is gonna try and kill you soon.
Whatever, I can take them.
Fuck the French.
Hashtag fuck the French.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to.
We
fuck
gotta
the
fuck
French.
the
Oh,
French in the
Portugal's
chat.
gonna join the war, but they're willing to have an alliance. Of course I will offer you an alliance, England. England and I are now allies.
What?
Can you just vassalize them?
I probably could, let me check.
Oh no, I
Romance.
think you own their core province.
Oh, yeah. I hate that. Yeah, offer vassalization. No, we can. We can
Oh.
definitely offer it. And they're actually very close to doing it.
Nice.
They're 1 point off. So let's
Just do it the easy way.
improve relations. Don't worry, England. All that you have lost, with the exception of Britain, will be reclaimed. Well, obviously, because, William the Conqueror was Russian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little Russian.
Because that's why we own
Good
Spain. And the counter invasion of the British is why they own most of Normandy. See, there's lore.
Yeah.
There's 5 Nights at Freddy's lore here.
Five
The
Nights
lore
at
goes-
Freddy's lore.
Yeah. Oh God. Have I ever told you guys about the time?
About the tragedy
went-
of Darth Pelagius the Wise.
No.
LMFAO.
Funny meme. I get it. I've seen Star Wars. No, about the time I went down to Texas to see family,
Mhm.
and I ended up getting to the most uncomfortable family reunion I've ever been at. Have I already told you about this?
I think
No.
you might have told
England,
me.
I'm sorry, we're not having a royal marriage. We're keeping the bloodline pure. The Russian blood.
France has started influence nation
Influencing
of Provence.
Oh, can I influence Brittany? What is that?
France is trying to influence me. I can't influence another great power.
Anyway, so I was down in Texas to visit my mom, my grandpappy,
Mm-hmm.
who I don't have, they're Texan, and, we don't live in Texas.
Yes.
Make of that what you will. And so, we go down there, and my mom had found that we had, on my dad's side, living relatives in England. And of course, like, for me, that's not like a big thing because, my mom is from England, and so I have a lot of family from England.
Mm-hmm.
But, for my dad, who, like, his family came over in, like, the 17th century.
Uh-huh.
It's whack to have found that. And, like, they were very distantly related. Like
barely counts.
yeah, like, maybe, like, 5th cousins, I think it was, or something. Lines.
Mhm.
So, my mom, because my brother, my dad, and I were going down to, visit them. Well, my
Just
grandparents.
head
My
down to
actual
Texas.
grandparents. And so my mom organizes a meet and greet with the English and another Texan branch of the family we'd found,
Oh, that
Who
can
is-
only go well.
who is slightly more related to us.
Mhm.
So, like, the second day we're there, like, I'm still buggered from the flight. Like, flying always sucks. Like, especially when, like, you're going, like, somewhere, like, you're not really looking forward to.
Not really
Oh,
thrilled
yeah.
to be at.
Yeah, like, if I was going to, like, like, France or even England, like, that's cool. It's not in the same
you'd be
country.
Texas.
Pissing your pants in laminar flow. in excitement.
But, like, I've been to Texas. spot, and I know, the drill.
Yeehaw City.
Yeehaw town. So like for me, it's nothing, and like my brother, who he hasn't been as much as I have. Like he's still been there a lot. It's really just boring for us.
Uh-huh.
So like I don't want to do anything. I just kind of want to lounge and enjoy my early summer vacation because I'm going to college soon.
You get to get out earlier. The one
Yeah.
boon that you're given.
So, they take us to what was it called? It's not like a grill. It's, oh God, I'm really showing my Yankee blood here.
Hibachi?
No, not hibachi. No. It's like a something.
Barbecue?
It's a barbecue. That's the one.
Did you blank on the fucking word barbecue?
Yes,
You live in America.
I'm
How
sorry.
have you not heard of it?
To me, barbecue is something you do in your backyard on the 4th of July. It's not like a restaurant.
Wow.
Ever heard of city barbecue?
No, I
Place
haven't
sucks.
actually.
It sucks.
Okay.
It's not good.
So we go there and like, my grandparents don't even know who this is. We don't know what they look like.
Mhm.
We just know their name. So
Oh, this can
My-
only go well.
So my family is put in this like a really awkward position of, and we don't have any way except for Facebook Messenger to contact.
Oh
God.
Lord, that's primitive.
And
That is
yeah, it's basically
primitive.
like fucking smoke signal. So we get to the restaurant and we kind of assume, okay, they obviously know there's no good way to do this, so they're gonna wait outside for us. That's the polite thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out they didn't. Um,
Damn Brits.
So we wait out there for like 15 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, maybe they just haven't gotten here. We've sent them messages. But, we get nothing. And eventually, one of them just happens to walk outside,
Uh-huh.
and he sounds English. So my dad's like, hey, are you... I forget their names, honestly. They left that little of an impact on me. Other than this horribly awkward experience.
I give that little of a shit about him.
Yeah. So I'm gonna call them the Dudleys, because, that sounds like pretty
Oh no,
English.
That
elections.
sounds like a British
Oh,
person.
No.
Yeah. The English are a disgusting race.
Amen.
It's okay, I'm English.
Filthy Anglos.
Dirty clothes.
But so like, oh, you guys are the Hendrix. Yeah. Oh yeah, come on in. We're so excited to meet you. Like they go all the way to the back, like the party area,
Nice.
which none of us had been to this restaurant, by the way, so we didn't know that was a thing.
The party zone.
The party zone at I don't know what it was called, so I'm gonna call it Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage,
Okay.
which
Okay.
is my favorite restaurant that doesn't make.
Everyone's favorite restaurant.
Yeah, Jones Barbecue Foot Massage. Oh no, England! My great and glorious ally England had a spy on me. No fucking way.
Whoa.
So
The traitors.
Expanding
I
is
know,
gonna be
that's-
pretty hard.
yeah, you fool. I mean, there's Savoy up there. Man, I'm really just taking a long
There's
time to say
Savoy.
this story. I'll
They're allied with
Yeah,
Austria.
like,
Because you guys will say something, and then like I'll be
you're
like,
also
"Oh,
just speaking slow.
all right, you know what? I'm being.
You gotta speak really fast because we're really head.
Sorry, I gotta be a gamer. Gotta be a
Gamer.
So we meet them, and so me and my brother are like 18 and 15, 16-ish, respectively. So we're sat at one end of the table. The only other kids there, or young people, I guess you could say, are the two English teens, who there's the older daughter and the younger son, approximately our age. But we're sat on like the opposite sides of the table. So I'm having to sit next to an English boomer
Oh no,
Yeah.
the
Which,
worst kind.
if you thought American boomers were condescending, oh, the English are so much worse.
The condescendingness of age, the
Plus being
the
English.
pure arrogance of the British.
Yeah, and not to get political here, but they were Tories. They were conservatives.
Oh no,
Um,
even
and-
worse.
Cringe.
yeah, and so
Trifecta.
they're like really like they're richer than like me and my parents, my grandparents. Like they're probably the most wealthy there because they send their kids to private school and then they just came to Texas at the drop of a hat. Like
Anyone that can do that has money.
yeah, has more money than they know what to do with.
France is fighting in a war.
And so, my dad's pretty quiet and socially awkward when it comes to stuff like this.
Your dad always looks so like distraught whenever I see him. He's like, he never knows. He looks like he'll come into like where I work and he'll always look as though he's bewildered.
That is a decent summary of how he exists. I love old man Jer Bear.
Jer Bear.
And so I'm kind of the one that's having to carry a conversation, and he's doing his bit. So, like the first thing we try and do is like, okay, my dad's a Texan, I'm like half English, Australian, because my family's all messed up like that, and
all the kinds of white just in the pot.
yeah in me. So like, what's something that like every English person likes?
Football.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
Oh, yeah.
Football or soccer. To our exclusively American audience.
To our American viewers,
Even though
to our less cultured viewers.
And like my family, like we support a certain team in England, and we support
the
them very-
Renaissance.
Miles, you better tell me that you got the.
Who got the Renaissance? Oh, let me look at the institutions map.
Oh god, I have to look at the institutions.
Nope, it's in Rome. Miles, you own most of Italy.
Okay, well, hey, it's like right on the border. He'll get it quickly.
Alright.
So we say like, oh, hey, so my dad kind of makes a joke and he's like, all right, now it's time to know you. Like, what team do you support? What football team? And they're like, oh, we don't watch football. We prefer polo. And
What?
NASCAR driving.
What?
So here, my dad, my brother, and I are ostentatiously, in this case, the Texan American. We're on that kind of footing, saying, "Oh, you like a bit of the footy, mate." Whereas
Oi, lads.
the upper class English people are like, "No, we like NASCAR." That was so surreal for me.
Like, I thought every European person just loved football.
Yeah.
They do. No,
I
might
guess they're
have to
not
be-
European, technically.
No, I mean, yeah. Well, the English will tell you that. Okay, I guess we're gonna have to have a roll. All right.
I
Because
suppose.
England and I, come on, England. How else can I make you like me?
Send them money.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing next. And like just the like, and of course you get like the they ask you how uni is and where you're going, what you're studying.
The basic questions that
Yeah,
every college person gets asked.
Yeah, which is if you have, when we eventually never get enough, and they come back and watch this for the epic lol.
The epic lol.
If you have a friend's son or daughter, or something like that, and they're going into college, let them bring up their major and stuff.
Yeah.
Because if they do, they care about it, or care enough about it in terms of you.
To tell you about it.
Yeah, because like, I didn't want to tell them because one, I'm going into education, which as an education major, like the first thing that I always get is like, oh man, but that doesn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I know, Bethany. I'm not
I was
in
like,
for the
whoa,
money.
really?
You think I did?
Oh, you know what? What? What?
I'm in this teaching game to get rich.
It's insignificant. Ravensburg.
All right, England is now our vassal.
Insignificant. I can take stuff south of Savoy.
But yeah, so I'm like, and then they of course like, you seem like a smart boy. You could probably do more than that. And like, oh yeah, man. Look, fucking Becky.
Okay.
I already did my job convincing my parents that like, an education major was a good idea. I don't need to convince you.
I don't need your help in this.
Oh no, the Mamluks have cleared my house there.
Oh no.
Oh no, the Mamluks.
So we get barbecue, and I hate brisket.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, I don't know, like it's too much meat for me
That's fair.
in one sitting. And like, what else do you get at a Texan barbecue?
Yeah.
So I got like a sausage and some potato salad, and like, and people were like looking at me at the table. I'm like, man.
These British people just said they didn't like soccer.
Yeah, like,
You think I'm the weird one?
you think I'm the weird one? So, we spent about an hour for kind of brunch. And by the end
Brunch
of
at a
and by the end-
barbecue place?
Yeah. Well, it was like 1 in the afternoon.
That's not brunch. That's lunch.
Oh, is it? Okay, I don't know. That someone called it brunch, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go with it.
Those uncultured swine.
It's probably English people.
You've eaten before, haven't you?
No.
You know when lunch is.
I've never eaten before.
I don't. Food is a myth.
Eating?
Yeah, food is a myth.
Never heard of them.
Fuck off.
So, and I'm kind of, conversation is winding down. And I'm like, thank God I can go back to my grandparents' house. I can sleep and watch YouTube
Thank God.
and forget about this horrible interaction.
Horrible, horrible time at Jones Barbecue and Food.
So, the Texan, like, I don't know his relation to me. Texan Man Bob. We're gonna call him Texan Man Bob.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the Texan wing that's distantly related to us, to both sets. He's like, hey, y'all want to come back to my ranch?
Hey,
And,
I feel like
like-
going to a ranch would be pretty cool.
Not like, neither me, my brother, nor my dad are like, oh,
Oh, ranch.
I don't want that. Because, we're northern scum.
Yeah.
We're
Yankees.
northern urbanite scum. I have not gotten to the best insult based on my northern heritage, but that will come. Don't worry. They did bring that up.
They bring up fucking old-timey Civil War slurs.
So, old time Civil War slurs. So we're like, okay, I guess. So we all hop in the cars respectively. I'm playing Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Oh, yo, nice.
Because I'm like, fuck this.
Oh, God.
And they're like, hey, it's only like 10 minutes from here.
Cool.
And we're like, okay, it's only 10 minutes. It was only like a half-hour drive to get there. So it's a 40-minute drive to get back. Okay, whatever. That wasn't the case, boys.
Oh no.
It was like an hour of driving.
Down the road in Texas is halfway across.
Yeah. Oh, those underhanded rogues in Kane have claimed. Those underhanded rogues in France have claimed Kane is around. Can I speak tonight? No, I can't. But
The story's taking so long.
it is. I'm sorry. I'm very scatterbrained today. I'm trying to give you a sense of how long it felt for me.
Yeah,
This
look
is
how
my
much-
retribution. I'm making
this is
you
ex-
suffer.
This isn't a story, it's an experience.
It's an experience. So, it's like dirt roads, twisty, windy dirt roads at that.
Mm-hmm.
So not a fun time. And in the white car my grandparents were driving, you know, that didn't end up very well. Pomeranian demand and Anglo supply. So we get to this ranch after an hour of drive, and you're like, you have that car like, oh, my legs are.
Yeah, when you step out and you're just like, ah, cool, I can't walk now.
Oh my god, no, I'm not becoming defender of faith. Jesus Christ, no. I don't want to have to intervene in Russia. No, I'm not in the mood. So, Jesus. Sorry, I was just reading an event I got.
Maybe
So,
someday we'll finish the story.
no, this entire episode's gonna be this fucking story.
I feel like this isn't leading anywhere.
It isn't.
And it's gonna go at the end of it's just gonna be, and then we went home. And then it's gonna be...
So it's a one-story ranch house, and we all get in there, and oh, let's have a toast to our newfound familial connections. The entire time, like my wing of the family is like, these people aren't our family. Like I don't want to associate with
I'm
these
never speaking to these people again.
No, literally, I have not spoken to any of them again after this. And we're like, okay, we only have to stay an hour. We have our own cars. We can leave. So my uncle has also arrived at this point. And so my uncle, my dad, my brother, and I, and my uncle's wife get together and we plot our escape plan.
Oh no.
We're like, okay, who's gonna feign illness? You know, who had something bad to eat at the brisket place? And I think we decided to be my younger brother. Because he was quiet and like it made sense for like it to have to be announced. But unfortunately, a wrench was thrown in our excellent plan. Because we failed to predict my grandmother and my grandfather. My grandmother is a Texan woman, and she's getting in her age, so she likes to sit in recliners. And she made a beeline for the only recliner in the house. And when she got in that recliner, we like all 5 of us were like, "All right, we lost."
We're here for the next 3 hours.
We will leave when she decides we can leave. So we try and make the best of a bad situation. We end up talking to. I try and talk to like the younger son of the English kid family, because I'm like, okay, because he's sitting by himself. Because we had been when we got there. You know, he was like, the guy who owned it was like, hey, there's a fridge in the patio, because that's where you put a fridge.
Yeah, you know, the famous Texan patio fridge.
Yeah, Texas is like a whole nother country.
It is. You know, there's soda in there for the kids.
A couple of soda pops.
And beers for the adults.
VB long necks.
No, if they were VB long necks, I would have gotten it. But you know, like
Texas is America's Australia.
I resent that. On both being of Texan and Australian descent.
Both of them are far worse than that statement.
Yeah. So my dad, my brother, and I go out to go get our drinks, and as my brother and I are leaving with I think we got like Dr. because you know that's a pretty universal drink, I'd say.
Yeah.
My dad is getting his beer, and the kid, I think his name's like Greg.
Famous British name.
Yeah.
Greg.
Oh, Greg.
Oi, Greg.
He comes up to the fridge, and my dad's like, oh, hey, you know, do you want a Coke or a Dr. Pepper? Or I think there's Sprite in there. And he's like, and he does not talk to my father, and he just goes in and he grabs a Corona. This kid is like 14.
Damn.
And my dad's like, all right, I guess it's not my place to.
I mean, he's not my kid.
Not my kid. I don't care. And like that one Corona clearly fucked with him. Like, cause he's sitting like at the island in the kitchen with like his head in his hands, like shaking his head. No one's talking to him.
I've had one.
So I'm like, hey Becky, your kid okay?
Is the child gonna die?
I'm gonna die. So like half an hour goes by, nothing happens. I'm just on my phone, and there's like almost no signal out here.
Mhm.
Like you're lucky if you get half a bar.
Uh-huh.
They're freaking in
So,
like
like-
a dead zone.
Yeah, we're in the middle of rural Texas.
There are 3 cities in Texas, and the rest is just sand.
Yeah.
Sand and like grass field.
A
Grass
couple of
if you're
rocks.
lucky.
There's some rocks. So like, and I go up to him and I'm like, hey, you know,
Are
his
you
mom.
going to die?
No, I didn't want to draw attention to like the fact that he was drinking because clearly the kid was not having the best time with his alcoholic beverage.
Uh-huh.
And his mom had mentioned, oh, we're not fans of soccer, but like my son is. He's a Manchester United fan, which for an English soccer fan is kind of like hearing, oh, he's a New England Patriots fan.
Ah, I see.
Ooh,
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh.
Kind of cringe.
Kind of.
But like, I like a very small underdog team. So maybe we can bond over that. I don't know. This guy's technically related. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, what do you think of Manchester United season last season? He's like, what are you talking about? At that moment, I'm like, I've either been duped or this woman has misunderestimated how much her son can drink.
or the woman does not know her son at all.
Wait, support? Castile asked that we support their independence?
Wait, Castile?
Sure.
What?
Castile is the junior partner of Aragon.
Wait, why is Castile a partner of Aragon? What happened?
Sorry, cut the story short.
What happened?
What happened? I don't know. I got like a Castile can no longer be your rival, and I assume like Granada are obviously like somehow memed with taking a province. Well, they're already at war with Aragon in the Succession War.
Wow.
So I don't know if I'm about to be called into that. And he's like, oh, yeah, I guess I like Manchester United. I don't know. I just like the prestige.
Hmm.
And
So
again,
he doesn't
that's-
understand. He doesn't understand football. He's just like, hey, that's the team everyone else likes.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm a much bigger fan of NASCAR. How's NASCAR in the States? And I'm like, boy,
You're supposed to be the classy one. What?
I oughta destroy you for asking me if I know about motorsports.
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
Oh my god, gamer down.
We're
We
down
gotta write a
game.
fucking gamer report on this.
Fuck off. Bad
So, bad joke alert, you will lose subscriber.
We have none.
Yeah, we have
We're going negative.
a negative subscriber. So, him and I talk, and he's like, oh, do you play Fortnite? No.
Oh,
Do
God.
you play Rainbow Six Siege? Okay, yeah, I play Rainbow.
A game I understand.
Yeah, I get Rainbow. Maybe we can bond over Rainbow Six. And I ask, who do you main? Because that's like a pretty
Yeah.
like standard question, I think, in the Siege
Yeah.
community. And he's like, oh, I don't know. And like my heart just sinks at this point. I'm like,
Just like, please, work with me.
I'm
"What
back.
is going here? Like,
Oh, is the
can I
gamer
get
back?
I'm back.
anything? So
Gamer's
then he
back.
starts asking me about American high school, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just graduated. And he's like, dude, you guys have fights at your school? No. I went
This kid is like, what I'm getting from him is he's a very sheltered, rich kid, and
Oh,
just
yeah.
wants any sort of excitement in his life.
Mm.
Yeah, that's very much the vibe I got. And then he's like, can I show you my memes?
Oh,
And at this
Huh?
point, I am at a crossroads.
this could go one of two ways.
He can either show me some surreal shit that I find hilarious,
Some bangers, or or
Or-
some Turning Point USA shit.
No, not even that. I didn't. This kid's a dope. I fully expect him to show me like top text, bottom text, unironic impact font. And
Those libs will never know what hit them.
Hey, you heard of Harambe?
yeah, that's what I'm expecting. And it's not a good sign when he opens up his like Photos app.
Oh lord.
So this is the creme de la creme.
Hey, I mean, I have my memes saved on my photo.
Yeah, but when it's an
However,
iPhone,
funny, but you know, like
get the
semantics.
fuck out.
Premier meme source.
I hope that you fucking never mate with a woman.
I've deleted, but
Good.
I still have all the memes.
And he pulls up his memes, and it's his school's headmaster photoshopped into a dress, and he shows it to me, and I'm like,
Cool.
Is this just a guy in drag? Like, what's the joke here?
There is no joke.
There is no joke.
And then he explains it to me, and like, once he explains it to me, like, he clearly expects, like, oh, he'll get it now. He'll laugh.
Ha 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 ha.
And I'm like, oh,
This isn't
yeah. Like,
At that point, get me out of there. I'm trapped.
You're
You're in your own personal hell at that point.
oh yeah, I was in my own personal hell, like, 10 minutes ago in the tale of telling this story. So I'm like giving up on this kid. I'm like, fuck this, because then he starts talking about how he wants to join the Royal Air Force, and he's like, I'm gonna be an officer. And I'm like,
Alright.
kid, I didn't have the stomach to join the ROTC. You don't. There is no way in hell you make it 30 seconds in any military setting.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I don't tell him that. I'm like, oh, good luck, you know.
Him with his very good memes.
Yeah, and with his very good...
Great.
Thanks, Greg.
Good old.
Gregory.
So as he's boring me to death,
Mm-hmm.
his sister comes in. And his sister is like actually kind of charismatic.
Uh-huh.
She's like, I think she's like a tad younger than I. And she's an early childhood education major.
Oh.
And I'm a social science education major. So her and I start talking about education. And for that like 4 minutes.
Of like talking to a real hero.
Yeah, it's like, because my brother is like shut down.
Yeah.
He's like just on his phone like.
Your brother's always shut down.
Yeah. You know, I love him to death, and I don't blame him. Like, this was hell.
Yeah.
So, I'm like actually enjoying myself, like talking about the differences between like getting a teaching license in England versus the States, and what her philosophies on education and stuff are. Is she more hands-on, more lecture, kind of stuff like that. And just as I'm starting to enjoy myself, Bob comes in.
Oh no, Bob!
Texas ranchman Bob. And he's like, hey, anyone want to take a tour of the ranch?
Howdy, y'all.
And he specifically asks me. And I'm too polite to say no.
You could just say like, nah, I'm fine.
And you could have like sprint, just run out.
And like, my fellow education major is like, oh, maybe we can go with you. And I'm like, I have a feeling she is also in hell.
I think everyone in that house is dead and in hell.
Any non-boomer is just dying.
And also your dad.
Yeah. Well, he's a non-boomer. He's Gen X.
Gen X gang.
Yeah. And so, he gets out his gator like golf carts.
Oh no. Oh, real Texan boomer.
And it's like there's 2 seats in the actual golf cart, and like he strapped like a plastic chair to the back on like the storage bit,
Oh no.
and he tells my brother and I to sit on it, and I'm like, I'm gonna die.
This is it. This is where it ends.
This is where it ends. It's like, I've had some near-death experiences. Like getting hurt pretty bad. Or, just shit like that. Like being scared about something.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is where I die. So we again, being too polite, I haul onto the fucking golf cart. And of course, there's only 4 seats. Mm-hmm. Driver Bob, my dad, my brother, and I cannot talk to the only person I've actually made a connection with so far.
Well, hey, at least you're not dealing with other people though, except for Bob.
Except for Bob, and Bob is more than enough.
Oh no.
So we start going through his like untamed property.
Mm-hmm. His estate.
Yeah, his estate, and like there's just like pollen everywhere. Like my eyes are scratching. Like my throat feels like it's gonna collapse in on itself.
Oh, God.
And what he's telling us about the artificial lake he dug a couple years ago.
Thank you, Bob.
What a guy.
And he's like, oh, you guys want to see I don't know, I'm doing the English accent. You guys want to see where the raccoons are?
What?
Bob, please show us.
I don't know if it was raccoons, but it was like some irrelevant animal that I did not give a flying fuck about.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad's like, I guess. Meanwhile, I'm like choking. And it's at this point, because my dad tries as desperately as he can to make conversation. And they're talking about weeds. The most interesting topic.
That's like I ran out of things to talk about 80 minutes ago.
And then he's talking about like this grass that grows on his property. And he's like, yeah, it originally came from up north, kind of like you guys, carpetbaggers.
What?
They called me a carpetbagger.
What?
Which is literally a reconstruction term.
Like, was that supposed to be like a backhanded insult?
I don't know. I literally, to this day, I think about it.
Is showing you the raccoons just a Texan term for killing you?
It all makes sense.
Like, I will sit there, like, thinking about anything. I'm like, did he mean that to be funny? Like, funny, haha, relatable? Or was he just calling me a carpetbagger?
Was he calling you a dirty northerner?
And I think I'm going with the carpet. He was actually calling me a carpetbagger. And so eventually we get off the fucking joyride that is the fucking
Mr. Bob's Wild Ride.
Mr. Bob's Wild Ride. And we get back to the ranch, and I'm like, okay, at least I can talk to my new friend. And I get into the room, and she's being fucking interrogated by these 2 old women I have not seen the entire time I've been there. And they're like, do you know how big Texas actually is?
Everything's bigger in Texas now.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
God damn.
And
What?
so...
That's like the weirdest fucking thing to grill someone.
Yeah.
Do you know how big Texas really is?
If you knew the truth, you'd
BuzzFeed
wish
quiz.
Texas was that big.
So... I kind of sit at the end of the table, I get another drink, and like, I'm desperately relying on whatever little bit of cell data I can get. Oh shit, I've joined the War of Castilian Independence.
Oh boy.
Alright, epic. So, eventually the girl leaves, and like, her mother grabs her or something because she wants to tell a story that involves her.
Okay.
So then it's my turn to get grilled.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
These two elderly women show up and start talking to me, and I don't know who they are, what their relation is to me, and I'm wearing, and I figured, okay, the tactical move is to wear my university shirt.
Uh-huh.
So that way, whenever they ask, I can just say, read the shirt. Funny, I'm not like other kids, I'm quirky.
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 You really do be quirky, though.
Quirkin'.
You be quirking.
Don't ever say that again. And it should have dawned on me that the university I go to, no one has ever heard of before.
Yeah, it's like a local college.
You know, there are people in our state that haven't heard about it. And so, you know, I have to explain, oh, it's, you know, it's a local college. I'm like, what's your major?
Uh-oh.
Fuck.
Education.
I want to be a social studies teacher at the high school level.
Wow, that doesn't make that much money.
And yeah, of course, they go, yeah, it doesn't make much money. Why would you want to deal with other people's kids when you're going to have so many of your own?
What?
And I'm like,
First off, presumptuous.
yeah,
Second
I
off,
wanted,
bitch.
I wanted for the meme to say that, like, I was gay. Just to see the look on their fucking face.
Just to fuck with them.
Second, we're not in, like,
gay.
Victorian England or, like, Tsarist Russia. What do you mean I'm gonna have a lot of children for your dynasty?
The bloodline must carry on.
When you marry...
When you marry a nice Christian girl from the House of Windsor. And so, you know, I'm like, oh, you know, I
Whoa, was France at war with Naples?
politics.
Naples?
Haha. You know, funny. I'm at war with Naples. I think.
What?
Yeah,
'Cause
because
I
they're
think- Yeah, because
they're an American base.
Oh, this
Yeah.
changes
I'm
everything.
also at war with the Papal States.
Papal States.
Not the Pope.
Oh, I can raise Streltsky, boys.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because it's so hard to.
I don't need Streltsky. My army's fine as it is.
Just my
And
time.
then they ask, what are all the classes you're taking? And I'm like, I've told you my major. That should be enough.
Not enough.
And I was put in a very awkward position because two of my classes were African studies,
Uh-huh.
which, you know, those Southerners really must love.
Very, very in-depth studiers,
Yeah.
scholars of African studies.
And my language class
Mm-hmm.
was Arabic.
Oh, really showing your filthy, filthy northerner.
Yeah, and like these people are like hardcore truckers. Like, you know,
Yeah, they're Texan.
yeah. They're white old Texans. And so like I'm saying, oh, here are the classes I'm taking, and I decided to leave out Arabic.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't want to, you know, I don't
Stir
want to
the
get into a
pot
fight.
More
Yeah.
than you need to.
Yeah. So and they asked my brother a similar question, you know, what class you taking in high school? And I whispered to my dad, you know, I'm not gonna I make a little joke like I'm not taking Arabic. And the other woman, who's kind of been more quiet, goes, "What are you whispering about?"
Uh-oh.
Like, you never like get into someone about what they're whispering.
And I'm like,
Well, it is Texas.
How big is Texas really?
How big?
Biggest.
Yeah, I'm asking my dad how big is Texas. And you know, I'm like, oh, I'm just, you know, I'm making a joke to my dad about my Africa Studies class because I'm dating the professor's daughter, which was true.
Ooh.
And they're kind of like, a little risque, don't you think? Bitch, you don't need to know my life. I don't need to know your life. We're never gonna talk again
You
after
wanted to
this.
know what I was talking about, and I have told you. Get off my head,
Get off my ass.
Becky.
And they're like, so you're not gonna be taking any of those foreign languages? Nope, no, not at all.
No.
No. Why would you
English,
do that?
the only
Yeah,
good
English.
language.
Yeah, and they asked, like, you gonna be joining the college Republicans?
Oh man.
I
And
guess. I guess I am.
And it's like, I've already outed myself as like a political science guy. So like, I can't say I don't care about politics.
You've
So what-
backed yourself into a corner.
Yeah, I've literally backed myself into a corner.
Tactical errors.
Just say you're like a Marxist-Leninist. Just straight up.
If I'm not telling them the truth about me being in Arabic class, I am sure as fuck not telling them the truth about that.
Like, just say, at that point, you just say yes. You're never going to see them.
Yeah, but like, principles, Avery.
Dig yourself a deeper hole, get caught in a web of lies, and hope you can escape before it collapses.
So what I ended up going with was, no, I vote for a third party.
Clever
And they
girl.
kind of dropped it.
Okay.
Because I didn't want to say I vote green.
Gary Johnson.
I vote for a libertarian party.
I vote libertarian. And so they start like grilling my brother about his soccer. Because like he played high school soccer. And like I'm leading to my dad like, who the fuck are these people?
Who are these women? They're not actually related to
I
anyone.
don't
They're just
they
two
just
old
showed
women that showed up.
They just showed up. And literally for the next 40 minutes, my brother and I are just interrogated by these two women. Like we're trying to marry into a royal family. And I'm like,
The negotiations.
the only woman here
The bloodline.
my age is my cousin. I know we're in the South, but I
Oh.
myself am a carpetbagger.
Gonna go down south and take their women.
Damn.
No,
Real player.
I am an absolute player. How do I get more patriarch authority? So, and that kind of, at that point, we're like, fuck it, I don't care if grandma's in the recliner.
We're
Lachlan's sick.
dragging her ass out of the chair.
Yeah, so we go, oh, Lachlan doesn't feel so good. We thought he was a brisket. So, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, we have like medicine here. No, he just needs.
No, he's tired. He.
You know, it's past his bedtime.
It was like 7 o'clock at this point. We've been
And you
here
have
for
an
like
hour drive.
4 hours. Yeah.
Oh god.
And so, my grandma, because, like, she still cares for her grandsons. Like, she sent us dog tags the other day saying, like, dearest grandson. And I'm like, Grandma, what does this mean?
What's this? What's the
Are you
meaning of
sending me
this?
to join the Strelsky?
Grandmama.
I don't want to go to war, Grandmama.
Grandmother.
And even the leaving took forever. Because they're like, oh, we want to get a picture with you guys.
Oh god.
And we're like, why?
No, you gotta do just the Ohio thing where you're just like, welp, slap your legs. Better get going.
All right. Well, I
Um,
better head out.
So they start taking the photos. My dad and my brother and I decide to make the most tactical move we can. Because the semicircle of people backs up to the door we need to leave out of, which is open.
Oh.
Tactical.
So we slink out
Jesus.
and run for the car.
Are you serious? Jeez.
Yeah, because we were like, we're not taking any chance. Like we started to say like, oh, Lachlan, is really,
Getting out.
he's starting to come down really badly.
Sick of Texas.
And we get out, and for that hour we just sit there in silence, like, what
It's
did we
over.
just experience?
The war is over.
It felt like
War has changed.
it felt like we were the British Expeditionary Force coming back from Dunkirk.
Fucking Gallipoli.
Cause it was just like it was so tiring and just bizarre that like all these things happened and yet also nothing happened.
Our lives were not changed anyway.
It's so
But they
impressive how
were.
much nothing can happen.
An overwhelming amount of nothing.
It was so. Oh god. I don't know. You guys ever had some fun family experiences?
Wow, that
like
was a satisfying conclusion to that very
Wow.
very long story.
What do you want me to say? Yeah, fucking some of them.
The end. I was correct in saying, and then the end would be, and then we left.
Well, I think it was a little more, sprinting out to the car while everyone's taking the photo and then
Oh, thank
watching
goodness
us.
gracious. Can I take Rome? And the answer is no. So I'm just gonna.
Radical Bob taking you for calling you a garbage bag.
Oh my god, okay. No, I forgot one of the best parts. I'm sorry.
Oh, the
So,
real punch.
when we got out of the golf cart, we were done with Bob's Wild Ride.
Yes.
There were 3 cars going out.
Mhm.
And one of them, I guess, was like broke down or was late or something.
Mhm.
So we had to. So instead of going back inside when the first 2 cars were done,
Mhm.
we decided we'd wait for them. So we're standing in the semicircle because Texans love their semicircles apparently.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Classic Texas.
Mad Lad Bob and his brother go on a 20-minute discussion by themselves that they expect everyone to listen to
Uh-huh.
about shooting hogs.
What?
Oh yeah, because pigs are just a problem in Texas, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like, I saw the other day, and I was like, damn, he a big boy. I'm like, oh, please tell me more, Bob.
Bob, please tell me how many rounds did you load into this?
So I was like, Bertha, give me my gun.
A rifle.
So I got my
Bertha.
22 revolver, cause I've shot enough of them with my rifle. And then his brother would interject like, "Oh, I shoot my rifle all the time." Well, yeah, it's cause you can't hit anything without a fucking scope.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. Why are we talking about this?
It's Texas. How did I get a 90% on the
into-
tutorial 3 assignment?
And he just goes into gratuitous detail about how he shoots hogs for 20 minutes. And I'm a left-wing, northern college student. I'm pro-gun.
I don't care
Damn.
about the hogs.
I don't care.
Shut up about the
Shut
hogs.
up about the
Shut up about the hogs.
Put that on a t-shirt. Our official merch.
Our
Official
merch store that
merch.
we're starting now.
Yeah.
Buy it.
That Bob is gonna buy from.
Bob will buy
Oh
our
my god!
hogs.
Now that I've talked about this, it's gonna be my worst nightmare.
They're going to find you. They're going to hunt you down and kill
Oh
you.
yeah, because I'll tell my parents about this, and then
They'll post it on,
somehow
Facebook.
my grandma will find out and she'll post it to Facebook like, oh, let's support Cameron's new venture.
Oh Lord.
And then I think I'm friends with the English mom on Facebook. No! Oh my god! So this is a meme for just that only the other 2 of you will understand.
Uh-huh.
Guess the name of the dad.
John.
Yes.
Wow.
But guess the last name.
Was
Smith.
it more?
It was John Moore.
Oh.
Oh no! It
So
was
when-
John Moore.
Who for our captive audience, I'm sure, was our U.S. history teacher in high school, who was an interesting man.
A very
This is quite the character.
Like
I've
the
heard.
character.
The-
And so, yo, go ahead, Avery.
I was going to say the only voice I can think of for John Moore is Mr. Teeter's impression. The
Yeah,
very
yeah.
bad impression
Our other history teacher,
of
Graham,
John Moore.
who loathed him.
Teeters.
So, so when I got a Facebook friend request from John Moore, I was like, oh, I guess that's just John Moore. You know,
From school.
from school, because I was friends with Mr. Dieters, I'm friends with Ms. Morris, you know, I'm friends with a lot of my high school teachers on Facebook.
The teachers.
And so I'm like, so I friend him, and like, you know, out of morbid curiosity, and I do mean morbid.
Send him a message.
No, I don't send a message, I just check his profile.
Oh, okay.
Because his profile picture is just like the hood of a car.
Oh.
That's. I don't know if that sounds very John Moore or not John Moore.
Yes.
So
Hood of the car.
And
Checking the
it's
profile.
and I see that he's from Yorkshire, England. I'm like, wait, that's not John.
Wait a
This isn't
minute.
him. Abort.
This isn't him. And so I'm sitting there like, who the fuck could this be? Who else do I know named John Moore? Or at the very least, who knows me?
I'm not just named John Moore.
And I'm like, and I look at who his friends are. I see my grandparents. I'm like, who do they know named John Moore? And then I see the picture that that we had snuck out of, and I'm like, oh, it all
no.
comes together.
The pieces fall into place.
Darkness in orchestra.
Hey, what are
Oh,
you
no.
doing?
Make fun of your setup?
Hey,
What is this?
It's-
Game fuel, you fucking nerd.
We have an interference in the gamer zone.
what are you doing, Evelyn?
Oh,
Evelyn.
this? Oh, are you filming?
No
I'm
girls
filming,
allowed.
Evelyn. I'm filming. I am making art right now.
Oh, this is very postmodern.
How
Oh my
We're
God.
recording. Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
All right. I think this is a
See?
good place to cap off this episode after the end of my very long story.
Yeah.
Your
so you should
very
make money
long
for this.
story.
We hope that you will join us in our next episode as more interesting things happen to
As-
the
as-
Kingdom of
As
Britain.
maybe we'll get through 2 stories.
Yeah, Avant-Garde Italy and Gamer Arabia. I just see Gamer Arabia. Hold on, my last action was to be offer an alliance to gamers. No, I accidentally offered it to the Mamluks.
Oh God, not the Mamluks. No.
Wait, I can't offer you a military alliance even though I can see your territory.
Well, click on my territory and then it'll show me, and then I'll
No.
show you. the cap-
Gamer Arabia.
I literally can't. Anyway, I was in the intro. So yeah, join us next time. Please be sure to like,
Do all the YouTube
subscribe,
stuff.
Make
and
sure you like
hit
and
that
subscribe.
bell.
Now that I can
because-
give an outro,
Make sure that you dislike, fuck us, and you know.
please have sex with us,
Unsubscribe.
please.
All right,
Please
we will see you in the gamer zone.
stop.
Whoa.
No.
No.
Such a bad
All right.